dedicated to empowering you with information
to make positive choices
and be advocates for your overall well-being.
Welcome to The Health View. Welcome to The Health View. I'm Yvonne Dunitz, and today we're going to be learning about the Nashua Senior Activity Center. My guest is Margot Bell, who's the Executive Director. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much for allowing the Senior Center to have an opportunity in your spotlight.
Well, we're delighted to have you here, and I thought it would be great to let our audience know about the history of the Nashua Senior Activity Center.
Absolutely. In September of 2018, we were able, and proudly so, to celebrate our 40th anniversary, a milestone as a self-standing 501c3 organization. And it all started back in 1978 when there had been a previous senior organization in Nashua. They had some difficulties and decided that they would just kind of not meet anymore. A group of seniors were very concerned and made their way to the mayor's office. And at the time, the mayor was Mo Arel. And he was very interested in the seniors and making sure that there was a place in the community for them. So he enlisted the help of the Nashua JCs. And from there, they were able to incorporate to a 501c3 organization. And that was back in 1978. They were first housed in the old Montgomery Ward building, which is right near City Hall. A fire displaced them, and I believe that was in 1981. From there, they were over at the Church of the Good Shepherd for a short period of time. Then really wanting a building, but needing a little bit more space, the old Nashua Federal Bank, which was also the old Aerobics building, allocated space in their basement. And the Nashua JCs became very busy renovating it. It wasn't long before a capital campaign was started. And we moved in, or I should say, we, as far as the Senior Center, moved into the 70 Temple Street location, and that was in 1983. It was a whirlwind. We were there for about 23 years, 10,000 square foot facility. We needed more space. So we partnered with the city of Nashua, and we share space. They took out we share space, or I should say a footprint, at the 70 Temple with 76 Temple Street, which is Southern New Hampshire Services. The city took out a $2.4 million bond, which allowed the building to be built. The Nashua Senior Center had raised the money for the furnishings, and we moved from, I think, maybe 18 feet away from one parking lot to the next building, which was still 70 Temple Street, and that was in 2006. So from 10,000 square feet to 23,000 square feet, our building is owned by the city. However, we are responsible for all of our own utilities and things like that.
And what is the mission of the Senior Activity Center?
The mission is to provide quality programs and services for the wellness of area seniors 50 plus by providing health, recreational, educational programming.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about the types of programs that you have there, what you offer, and how people can participate.
Ooh, you only have to be 50,
okay.
And you do not have to be a member to participate. It is encouraged because members show ownership. However, some folks are still working or they're just passing through, so they may not be able to be a member. However, fitness is huge. folks are living longer. They want to stay active longer. We have aerobics classes 3 times a week, Tai Chi classes,
Wonderful.
Qigong.
Excellent.
Yoga has expanded. We have a little fitness room, personal training. None of these things you would have seen 40 years ago. It would have been quite a different scenario.
And do people pay for those services?
Some programs are fee, some are for free.
And do they have to register to participate?
We encourage registration. We try very hard to make sure we have quality instructors. So we pay the instructors, so therefore we have to pass that cost on to the participants. And it is free. Not free. It's a different fee if you are a non-member. However, some classes are free.
Okay, and how would somebody register for the classes?
They would call our front desk. They would see it on our website. They'd see it in our newsletter. They would call in to register at the front desk. They would come in with their membership card and pay for the class.
So tell us, first of all, you're located at, what's the address?
We're at 70 Temple Street.
And the telephone number that people could call to register.
It is, of course, 603, but 889-6155.
And the website is?
Of course, the www, NashuaSeniorCenter.org.
Very good. And you're saying that people can register without being a member, but are there advantages to being a member? And how does one become a member? And what does it cost?
There are many advantages to being a member. Now, for one person, it is $40 a year to become a member. 2 people living in the same household, it is $60 a year. It entitles you to many things, and some are more fun than others. We do dinner and a movie. That's free to our membership. That's kind of a nice outing. We have a coffee talk lounge that people can go in and access computers and just socialize, and that is for our members. You may take out books in our library. We have a wonderful resource library maintained all by volunteers, and they keep everything up to date and just make it a very welcoming environment for people. If you're a member, you may belong to our fitness center, which costs a minimal amount per year. You go through a training, and it's a nice, quiet, maybe less threatening, not threatening, but maybe more inviting environment for somebody a little older. I know I can't keep up with those youngsters anymore myself.
And you mentioned about the focus being on wellness. So you started talking about wellness and fitness and all of those opportunities people have. What are the other types of programs you have? I understand you have health screenings and things like that.
We do.
So tell us
We
about
have
that.
several health screenings. So we are fortunate enough to have Home Health and Hospice come over, provide a foot clinic 3 times a month. For folks, we have a Wiki Clinic that is 1 time per month. A wonderful program that has been going on for, I believe it's the last 4 years. We've partnered with Riviera University, and they come over with their instructors. It's pre-scheduled, the times that they come over, it's during their semester. They will do mini physicals for seniors who just want to come in and maybe find out a little bit more about their A1C numbers or their blood pressure, or should I be taking this over-the-counter medication? Now, by no means are they looking at this as I'm going to do this instead of go to my doctor. Instead, it's a little bit more education. The program has been, we had it yesterday, and it's just a beehive when they're there.
Do they pay for those services?
They do not.
They don't, so it is a free service.
It is.
And does the health department also come in?
The health department has been fabulous over the last few years, providing flu immunization clinics, shingle immunization clinics. They've been more than willing to come in if there's any hot topic that people are concerned about. Say there's measles epidemic going on in Lowell.
Right.
They want to come in and
Of course.
answer those questions for folks.
Being proactive.
Absolutely.
Helping people have the information that they need to make good decisions. Now, do you have a nutrition program there? Do you offer meals there?
Oh, we are so fortunate at the Senior Center. We have 3 wonderful partners that lease space from us at the center. And in the nutrition department, we have St. Joseph's Community Services. They have been with us for, I believe it's 40 years. So it's been a wonderful partnership. They have a congregate meal site Monday through Friday. And they also put out roughly out of our site between 350 and 375 meals that go out to homebound.
Wonderful. So they do that through their organization, but they're collaborating with you. Do you inform them of any of the people who are participating in your programs if they become homebound so that they can get the services that they need?
Absolutely. We like to list those services on our website and in the newsletter. But it's just such a valuable thing. It seems only natural that they would be right at the Senior Center.
Of course.
Additionally, we also have another wonderful tenant is ServiceLink. ServiceLink operates under Easter Seals. They have been with us for the last 12 years or so, and they offer services matching people with services. Now, they don't only serve seniors, but in our facility, that's what most of the clientele is. One of the largest referrals that we make to their office is Medicare Part D. Once you're 65, you have to make those decisions, and they give you a variety of options, helping you to make your decision because it is a little overwhelming.
Of course. And speaking about that, do you have programs that help bring information like on estate planning, on what to do in case you do become ill, on having a health advocate, and all of those things that are important as we get older?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we have expanded those programs not only from the daytime to evening programming. Some folks are working longer, or sometimes folks want the opportunity to come in and listen so they have the information to give to their parents. So those are big factors. We have to look out for the future. And we've enjoyed having those partners come in. We've had attorneys come in, real estate folks, helping folks to downsize. It's been a nice match.
Very good. And you also offer travel opportunities for people to get them out of the area and investigate and explore different experiences.
Yes.
What
folks.
do you do?
So we could be going anywhere from, it might be North Shore Music Theater with a luncheon. It may be Providence Performing Arts Center, the Boston Opera House. Some of those are nice little cultural day trips. Yes. And then you might have some more fun ones. That is Lobster Bake off Gloucester, maybe to the casino, a rail and sail day. So those are some of the day trips. And it's very nice because people can pay one fee, they get on the bus, somebody else drives, somebody else parks, somebody else is tipping, and then they just get on the bus and they get back in their car. So it makes it a nice day, and we also have multi-day tours. So it might be 2 or 3 days where they go to Quebec, and I have a group that's going to England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
Oh, how lovely.
So that's coming right up in May.
Very nice.
Yes.
And do you meet the needs of people as they're getting older if they have any ambulatory changes, if they walk with a cane or a walker or a wheelchair? Are they still able to take advantage of your facilities as well as the services that you provide?
We are fully handicapped accessible. We as far as the travel program, that component might be a little bit more difficult. We usually request if somebody has difficulty getting around that they bring someone with them that can help them meet their needs. But throughout the building, hallways are wide, doorways are wide.
So it's easy to navigate.
Absolutely.
And are there volunteers that support the work that you do to help people out, help them to be welcome in your facilities? And
Oh my gosh, volunteers. We could not work without our volunteers. We have a very small staff. We are governed by a board of directors as the 501c3. 3 full-time staff, 1 3/4 staff, and then 3 other support staff. However, we have about 200 volunteers.
and how many people are you servicing?
We have about 14 to 1,600 members, and we have a lot of people that come in that are non-members. Any given day, I would say 400 people walk in and out our door.
And do you have to live and be a resident of Nashua in order to partake?
Absolutely not.
So it is of the greater Nashua area?
Correct.
So anybody can just come, they can contact and go on your website or call to participate and find out what they need to do. And to become a member, since there are advantages to become a member, how does one do that?
Well, we've had people give them as gifts. So
Okay.
that's kind of nice.
Oh.
Our membership office is open Monday through Friday from 9 to about 11:30. Folks may reach out to the membership office. They can come in. They could certainly call and register over the phone. That's a possibility. We don't have that service on our website yet, but we
Okay.
should.
Yes, that would be a
At
great
some point.
addition. Absolutely.
Some point. And I'm going to just go back to the volunteers for just
Yes.
a minute because
I was going to ask you, how can they partake? How can they become a
okay.
volunteer?
Okay, well, thank you. The 200 volunteers that we have, you can be as involved or as not involved as you want to be. We have a Round Again thrift shop. They work in there. I have 15 different people that are on our phone, volunteer in our library. They sign people up for trips, escort trips, work at fundraisers. So maybe you only have 4 hours a year that you feel like you can give to the organization. We would love to have you come and share that time and your talent with us. Could be teach a class. So it'd be fabulous.
Do you do anything and reach out to the Nashua school systems or any of the schools within the area of having the opportunity of sharing the elders with the youth?
Recently, over the last probably 3 or 4 years, we've developed a partnership with Bishop Garten. And their students will come in. Most of our folks are senior volunteers, so their students will volunteer to come in and help us set up or break down from some of the events, which is fabulous. This year we were a part of Formation Day.
What is that?
Where their senior students go out and give back in the community. So they may be going somewhere to paint. They may be raking somebody's lawn. When they came to the senior center, we had Technology Day. They helped folks one-on-one with their cell phones.
How wonderful is
I
that?
signed up for that.
Well, it's amazing because the youth, they pick up these things so quickly. And it's wonderful to have that, back and forth and that companionship and relationship.
Yes, and they were a good match because the students were very attentive to what the seniors were actually asking.
Wonderful.
And with technology changing all the time, it's nice to have the kids who are right on top of things.
What are you most proud of at the Nashua Center? What is it?
I would say the environment. 40 years is a long time. I've been there a long time. I've been there I'm going into my 36th year. I've had a variety of different occupations there. However, second generation seniors are coming in now. I knew their folks. That kind of says a lot.
Sense of community.
Yeah,
True community. So do you find, how would you describe the atmosphere in the Senior Activity Center? What would you say? Is it welcoming? Does it feel like an engaging facility?
It is welcoming. Folks do reach out to each other. I think it being a larger facility, it's old-time Nashua was, I think, a little bit more guarded and maybe not as welcoming to somebody that's an outsider. Now I think we're sort of a melting pot, and different folks, different ages. I see wonderful matches that come into the center.
What are you most proud of?
Most proud of? I think just the opportunity that we are in the community, we are serving seniors. It's a population that sometimes gets a little bit forgotten. Packaging is not everything. And folks, just because you're a little bit older, you still can contribute a lot.
Absolutely.
So I think I like that.
And what are your greatest challenges?
Finances, as it is with every organization. The more nonprofits you have, the more services that are coming out to meet the needs of the community, the more you have to share the pot.
And so you do fundraisers to help support you?
We do. We do probably 3 large fundraisers a year. We do some smaller fundraisers a year. Our store is a sense of revenue for us. We try to come up with creative ways so that we can sometimes work with another partner and share the wealth.
You had mentioned some of your partners. Are there any other partners that you have that are supporting you in the work that you do?
Many of our folks that come in and rent our facility. Our regular rentals treated as home. The Nashua Granite Statesmen have been meeting at the center for probably 25 years.
Do you have certain rooms that you rent out?
I encourage you to go to the website.
And so people can learn about that on the website.
All the pictures are there. Happily, if you call me, I would gladly make an appointment for you to come in, show you around the building, and there'll be an area that you would really like.
Why don't you mention the phone number again? We know it's 603.
Yes.
And then?
889-6155.
And what is the most important information that you would like people to know?
That the senior center is going to be, I hope, a big footprint in Nashua for many years to come. And folks will come in, take advantage of our programs, refer someone, just somehow get involved.
And with the baby boom generation now beginning there, I know you said 50, which is a remarkable, sometimes you think senior centers are much older.
Exactly.
But what are you seeing as far as the participation and their view of why it would be great to participate in the Nashua Senior Center, and all senior centers alike throughout the country? Or is there something more special about yours?
Of course, I think there's something more special about ours. It's right here in Nashua. And we just had new member orientation, which we do quarterly. And great participation. Folks came in. We usually like to go around, introduce folks, where they came from, positive feedback that I received from that. They've been to other senior centers, and they like the one in Nashua.
Wonderful.
So I think I saw that as a good thing. Some of our folks travel. They bring us newsletters from other senior centers. We try to go through those. If there's programs perhaps that we're not offering that we could try to offer, we're going to do it. If it works, we've moved on.
Excellent. So what I hear you're saying is that you are keeping up to date and relevant.
Evolution is very important, and we fortunately have a wonderful development director who is kept us up with social media, constant contact blast that goes out, Facebook pages, tweeting things, maintaining our web page. And that's a great way for younger folks to reach us.
How about transportation? How do people get to you? Is there local transportation, a bus service that brings them to the center? Or do they have to get there on their own independently by their own transportation means?
90% of the folks come either with a friend or on their own.
Is it possible for those who would want to participate but are not able to drive or have a vehicle or whatever, is there public transportation that brings them close to you or near to you where they can access your services?
We are on a bus route.
Excellent.
Nashua Transit.
And what's that bus route? Do you happen to know, or can they look up the transit authorities'
Correct.
bus schedule?
And it stops right at Streeter Shores, which is our adjacent building.
Very good. So that's a plus.
It is.
Because if someone didn't want to drive, they could take that bus. And that bus goes throughout the day and coordinates with your programming.
For the most part. I mean, obviously, if you have to get there 30 minutes early for a class,
Of course.
then that's going to happen, but that would be the same with any bus route.
Of course. So you let people know about your activities by them going to your website. And could you please tell our audience about that website again?
It's www.nashuaseniorcenter.org. All of our programs are listed there, and our calendar.
And the phone number that they can reach you for either a tour or information or to register or to become a member.
889-6155.
We thank you so much for what you do. It's so important because aging is a part of life and we want to age gracefully, and we want people to realize that as we get older, we are very relevant and we have so much to contribute, and being part of a community like what you're doing is fantastic. So thank you very much.